In the shadowed corners of 1950s Wisconsin, where cornfields whispered secrets to wind, a farmhouse stood as a monument to madness. This was the lair of Ed Gein, the man whose unspeakable horrors would birth nightmares on the silver screen, fueling Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho and Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, Netflix's monster anthology revives his tale in Season 3, pulling back the curtain on a killer whose crimes chilled the heart of America. But beyond the graves he robbed and the lives he stole, what became of Gein in his twilight years? How did this ghoul of Plainfield meet his end? And why does his resting place remain a ghost in the ground? Picture November 1957. A hardware store in Plainfield empties of its last customer, save for owner Bernice Wardens, whose body would soon dangle from a hook in Gein's shed, gutted like a deer. The raid that followed unearthed a chamber of atrocities. Human lampshades flickering in the dim light, masks stitched from faces, bowls carved from skulls. Gein, a reclusive handyman haunted by his domineering mother's ghost, confessed to slaying Wardens and tavern keeper Mary Hogan, whose severed head molded in a box. He'd exhumed 9 women from local cemeteries, fashioning their remains into a grotesque tribute to the maternal figure who ruled his fractured soul. Dubbed the Butcher of Plainfield, Gein dodged a noose. Insanity shielded him from execution. Instead, Central State Hospital's walls became his cage, where he shuffled through decades of therapy, painting portraits of frontier life and murmuring denials of deeper depravities like necrophilia. By 1984, Gein's body, ravaged by age and isolation, betrayed him at last. On July 26th, in the sterile quiet of Mendota Mental Health Institute, his second institutional home after a brief transfer, he drew his final breath at 77. Respiratory failure, laced with heart disease and the slow-rot lymphoma, claimed the man who'd once danced in death's wardrobe. No dramatic escape, no final confession, just the wheeze of a life extinguished, far from the farmhouse ashes that fire had mercifully devoured in 1958. Yet Gein's story lingers in unmarked earth. Buried in Plainfield's Graceland Cemetery beside his mother, irony's cruel embrace. His grave bears no stone, no name etched in granite. Vandals and souvenir hunters had pilfered his marker before it could even settle, turning sacred ground into a target. Fearing resurrection in relic form, the town chose oblivion. An empty plot, weeds whispering over the void. Ed Gein, the maker of monsters, became one himself, erased, unforgettable, a shadow that refuses to fade.